friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course, hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. You see already, I have my things on my table, what I need for this DIY. Of course, the tumbling tile blocks, the smaller blocks. Of course, my container with everything inside, some markers, brushes, scissors, some mud pots, and of course the wood glue. What will we do without them? And also for this DIY, I don't recommend the hot glue because it's always tricky. Also with this DIY that it falls apart. I have here some paint, but I don't know which paint I will use, but at least use some paint at your choice. I have here my old saucer with a piece of old kitchen towel to wipe away the glue so that we keep everything neat and tight on our mat. So these are the things we need for this DIY. What we're going to do, we are going to make kind of a cabinet. So we will see how this will turn out. So you see already a lot of blocks are on my table. You need for the top and the bottom, you need 4 rows of 21 blocks. So this is 21, here 21, and here and here. So you need 4 rows of 21 blocks. So I'm going to glue the longest sides on each other, so very careful. And don't worry, I don't do all the blocks together with you, so don't get panicked, because I understand if you get panicked if you look like this and it goes in this tempo, like we say here, then it takes a lot of your time. So don't worry, I only do this row together with you and then I do the rest, of course, a little faster. So like I told you, this is the bottom and the top of our cabinet. And I like making this kind of cabinets, only they take a lot of blocks. So I don't try to do them most of the time a little smaller, because the blocks are here more expensive than a lot of you can buy, and they are much less in a package. So we have here 21. We're going to try to squeeze from within to the outside, because or else if we press in one time, then most of the time everything will pop out. And we do here, and we make a nice straight line. You can use a carpenter's square if you like that better. I always do it with my fingers. So I'm going to wipe away the glue we don't need, and we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. I do the rest of the rows a little faster. So you see, we already have our 4 rows of 21. What we're going to do, we're going to place one on the side. We do some glue, because we gave it a couple of minutes, not more, because or else it's difficult to fill in the open gaps, and that's what we want. We place it down, but it is possible that your piece is breaking, but it doesn't matter, just glue it together again. And also over here, now you're going to work with it and make sure that it will be one nice piece. Of course, we're going to give it some time to work with it, of course, because it is blocks which are not always totally the same. So we have to make some effort to get everything nicely together. We're going to do for this one the same. Place it on the side, and again make a line of glue, and we're going to place this down. And you see already mine is broke also. Just place it down, just do it over here, and very easy, you're just going to fill in the open gaps. And you see everything is breaking, but it doesn't matter because you can glue it, and only after a couple of hours it is only drying. So just work with your fingers and just squeeze it and press it together again, and fill in the open gaps until you're satisfied with the piece, and then let it dry for at least 1.5 hours. And again, I'm going to fill in here also the open gaps. And then we're going to place it on another mat, and we're going to let this dry in. And again, you see already, I see you are not straight. So you see already on the table are the 3 rows of 22. This will be the back side of our cabinet. So 3 rows of 22. So again, I do the same like we did with the other one. I only do this row together with you. Let me know in the comments down below if you like that I make cabinets, dressers and that kind of things. Because I would love to know if you love to make them also. I am really loving decorating that kind of things, but it's maybe not everyone's cup of tea. So I would love to know down below if you like that also for this season. And the greatest, you can change it up for every season. That's the greatest always. But maybe you don't like, and even if you are more like a glam person, you can even spray paint it in the gold or silver or maybe copper. So you can change up everything you want. So the last, and you see already, we have our 22. We're going to squeeze it the same like we did with the one with 21. So again, squeeze it over here and it. And now on the outside, lightly, because it still can pop out, make a straight line over here. And we're going to wipe away the glue also over here to keep it clean. And again, we give it a couple of minutes. I do the other two, and then we're going to make it in one piece. So now you see already we have our 3 rows of 22. We're going to place one on the side, and it doesn't matter if it still breaks. Don't worry about it. So we do some glue on this one. A line over here. Make sure that you have each block. We do here the same. Over here. And this way. And you see already, if you look correctly, you see already one is coming off of each other, but we had that also with the other one, but it doesn't matter. We just glue it together again. And we do here the same. Place it down. And we place this over here. Make sure that we have a straight line. And now we're going to carefully work with them and fill in the open gaps. And it looks strange that blocks are coming down and falling off. You see already, but it doesn't matter. It is easy. Just place it again. And when you have everything figured out on the place you want to have it, just let it rest in for at least 1.5 hours. The same like we did with the other one. So again, it still needs to set in, and that always takes a little bit of your time. So I think I'm almost there. And then I'm going to let it dry in for at least 1.5 hours. So you see already on the table, we have 6 pieces of 6. So 6 rows of 6. So everything is correctly. You have almost all the parts. You have now the back side, that is the bigger part. You have the top and the bottom. And this will be the sides. So very easy. You just row the longest and the smaller side of your block, and you make a nice row out of it. And we're going to make 2 sides for this one. Of course, 3 of 6 for one side and 3 of 6 for the other side. And the front will be kind of open because you want to decorate it. We're going to do the number 4 of 6 and the number 5 of 6. I do it as fast as I can. And oh, I glue already everything under. That's most of the time with me. I'm going to do the last number 3, number 4 and number 5, and number 6 is of course the closure up. Squeeze it. Make sure that you get it in a straight line. Here the same, squeeze. And here the same also. We're going to wipe away the glue, which we don't need. And if everything is correctly, you see already, this one is bigger than the other one. And if you correctly, this is 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's not correct. It is not correct. So we only need 6 of 6 blocks. So we're going to wipe away the glue over here and over here. And after wiping away the glue, always make a straight line again, because you still need to glue it together. So we're going to give this a couple of minutes. So we gave our 6 pieces of 6 a couple of minutes dry. We're going to turn them this way and this way. What we're going to do, we're going to place 2 of them on the side. We do some glue on the tops, over here and over here. Place it down again, and we're going to fill in, you see, this way, and we can make nice one piece out of it. Feel with your fingers that you have a straight line. We do here the same. Do some glue on the top. We do here the same on each and every block. Place it down, and make one piece out of it. Again, fill in the open gaps and make sure that you get a nice piece. And we're going to let this dry for at least 20 minutes. So we placed our sides also on the side, and we are going to now make the 2 little in-betweens, which will make little cabinets. So they are kind of shelves, but then straight up. I don't know how you call it here in English. We call it midden schot, but I don't know how you call it in English. At least we need 4 times 8 blocks. So very easy. We're just going to glue the longest sides also again. We row them together until one piece. That's very easy to do. And I do only 2 pieces in between, but you can make more spaces in between. You also can make your cabinet much longer than that I have, but I already find it very long. So I'm going to do this together with you, and now I'm going to do the other 2 a little faster. So we gave them a couple of minutes, place 2 on the side, and we do some glue again over here, and we do here a line of glue, and we're going to place them together this way also. And we make nice little planks for in between. So we get kind of a boxes. So we're going to let this dry in. Now we will glue everything together except for the front. This is the back side. So we have the bigger piece over here. That is 3 times 22. We place them over here. We get the 2 pieces of 2 times 21. That are the bigger side. That will be the top. And of course the back side, the top and the bottom. Of course over here. I'm going to glue this over here. And then before I'm going to, so I place this one down, I'm going to glue a one piece already. Oh, you see already, this one is not totally, it's totally straight. You see already, he has not really into glue it, and I waited already 1.5 hours. So I'm going to give this a little bit of glue extra, and we're going to wait a couple of minutes, but for you it's seconds. So I'm going to place it straight up. I'm going to do some glue over here like we did already earlier, and I do this also on this side. I'm going to do some glue, and we're going to place that one on the inside and the other one also on the other side. So very easy. Place it, turn it over and place it on the ending, but not in the middle. You have little parts left over, and we place this one a little beside, because we start with this one, and we make sure that we have one fitting over here, and we're going to give it a little bit of pressure over here. So, and you just fell out on me. What we're going to do, we place one of the 2 rows of 21 we place over here. We get now the sides, that are the 3 rows of 6. So we're going to do some glue on the underside over here, and we do some on the inside, of course, over here, because we want to glue, and we do it also on this side because we need this later, and over here. So we're going to place this over here next to the other one over here. This is already one, and we're going to look for if we have to move it. We do here the same. Of course, we do some on the longest side over here, and we do on the inside. It is a little bit tricky, but to show you what to do. So we place this one over here, and I see already we need to move a little to the side, and I hope that this one will move still, because it's a little bit tricky to get it inside. So I'm working with it. This one needs to move a little over here, so he's fitting nicely over here, but he doesn't want to move anymore. So I have them now moved a little to the side, so this side and this side are sticking out a little bit, because you know the blocks, it's not always fitting. Now we're going to get the 2 pieces of 8 blocks, and we're going to place, if everything's correctly, you can place them anywhere you like before we can close it up with the top. I'm going to look for where I want to have them exactly in the middle. So I place mine over here, and I'm going to do some glue on the underside and on this side, and we're going to fill in over here. So it's very easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to place this on 7 over here, and I do here the same. I do some glue on this side and on this side, and I'm going to place this one also in the middle over here. It's a little bit figuring out where you want to have it, but everyone can do it at their own taste, so you don't have to do it the way I do it. So now we have this piece. We need to glue this one, of course, on the inside over here. And we have some glue on this side already. We do some glue on this side. It is a little bit tricky. You see already, I make one big mess out of it, so I have to turn it over. I'm sorry, it looks difficult, but it isn't. It's one big chaos. You see already, I turned it over, and I did some glue on this too. I did some glue on the sides, and of course this one we need to turn over, and we're going to fill in, because we need to move it a little, and then we're going to fill in over here, and we make one box out of it. So again, squeeze it, and we're going to make sure that everything is fitting nicely. And then we're going to let this dry in for at least a couple of hours, because I want to be sure that everything is dry before I'm going to glue the top over here. So I'm going to give it some pressure, and we're going to work with it a little, and then we're going to let it rest. So it was a little bit of a task to get the box together, but he is drying, and of course it is very simple to put it in place, but you know the blocks are never the same size, and that's the hardest, because then you squeeze on one side and it goes open on the other side. So don't let it discourage you. It just takes a little of your patience and just time, but believe me, at the end it will figure out. I have it in each other. Now we're going to make the front, but the front will be an open frame. So we need 4 pieces of 3, and we need 6 pieces of 2. So we do some glue on the top, and we're going to look for that the sizes are the same, or else we're going to replace the block. So we're first going to glue them together, and then we're going to look if the sizes are the same size. And this is already a number 3. Place it together, make one row, and we do here the same. And I try to use the blocks which are not totally right for the box, but even when I did use the blocks I thought they were right, the box still had some openings and some little gaps, because the blocks are never the same. But we all have that same problem. And over here, the last of 2, we're going to squeeze it this way, put them together and squeeze. We do here the same, and we make sure that you have as straight as you can have it over here. And we do this one, and the last already from the pieces of 2. And we're going to squeeze this one, and this one, and the last one. And we're going to let it rest for at least a couple of minutes. So you see already we have our 4 pieces of 3 and our 6 pieces here, of course, of 2. We're going to make a frame from this one, but don't make the mistake like I did. I will show you right now. I placed this one and this one over here, but I didn't think about my frame, because the frame will be over here. You place 2 here. You do 1 of 3 here, and if you place this one, the first is going right, but for the second, you see over here, and I place a 1 of 3 over here. You see already, he is not filling in. We keep a gap over here. If I'm going to close it up, then you see already, I place my middle piece a little on the wrong side. He needs to go up a little this way. So before you're going to glue everything together, make sure that you have the frame, place it in front, and then you can see where your in between pieces need to be. I am going to figure it out because I am going to place 2 little pieces of my blocks inside the frame. I show that to you in a moment, and then he's fitting nicely in front of my frame. But of course, don't make the mistake like I did. Just look before you're going to place it. Make your frame first, then place it on here, and then look for if you have it on the straight wide you need to have it. So that's why I DIY it for you already. I make mistakes, and a lot of mistakes, but you can do it in one time and make it better than I did. So what we're going to do, we're going to place our 4 pieces, and like I told you, the first and this one and this one are fine, but only this one needs a little smaller block in between if I don't want that he is in front of the in between piece. So this will be go glue together. So it's very easy. What we're going to do, we're going to do some glue on this side and on this side, and we're going to place this one over here, and we place this one over here. Of course, we do also on the top some glue because this is a frame, and we do this one also over here. Place this here, and we place this one over here. We're going to give it some pressure. Make sure that you get a nice piece. You just make kind of a square. So this is already because number 1 is okay, and the last is also okay. So we're going to work away the glue, and we're going to give some pressure over here, and we do it over here. We do here the same. So we do again some glue on this side, place it over here. We do here the same, and here, and we place this one also over here, and be closing it up with this one and this one, and we're going to squeeze this one, and then we're going to give this at least a couple of minutes to dry in before we're going to work with the middle piece. So now we have our squares. Of course, we have 2 loose blocks, and we have 2 of the smaller one. I'm going to glue 1 on this side, and I'm going to glue 1 on this side to be sure that we have not on each side the little of the smaller one. So I'm going to go for this one. I have to look for this straight one, maybe this way over here. So I'm going to glue on this one. I place this one over here, and I do this one over here, and I'm going to give this also a couple of minutes rest. So we're going to do some glue on the ending over here, and some glue on the ending over here. Place it together this way, and this one over here. We do here the same, some glue on this side and on this side, and we're placing it down, and we place this one also over here. We're going to give it some pressure. Oh, you see already, like this, and keep it in place for a little moment, and we're going to let it dry in for at least a half hour. So now I have my frame, of course, and I have my little cabinet. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use, I have found only the metal pieces, and I don't want to screw everything. So I have only this kind of pieces. Of course, normally you have 4 little screws over here to place them inside. I'm going to do it different. I'm going to glue them with some second glue. I'm going to glue them on this side and on this side. So what I'm going to do, I keep it simple for myself. I'm going to do my gloves, of course, because I had this already earlier and I had glued almost my fingers to each other. So I'm not going to do that. You would laugh, but for me it's not really fun if my fingers are stuck. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place this one against this one. I'm going to place you on another spot. So see, I placed you on this side. Now you can, and I am going to look for my middle pieces. I'm going to look for my 3-piece. Place it over here that I have them in the place I like them the best. Of course, I'm going to get my hinges. I think you call them hinges. I only use the metal pieces and I'm going to do some second glue. I did some little, I placed them on top of here. I made with my pencil, I made little round dots in here where I want to have them. And you see them already over here. So I'm going to get my glue. I'm going to give some glue over here, and over here. And then I'm going to place my hinges just exactly on top of where I want to have them, over here. And I'm going to let them fall. I'm going to do here the same, some drop over here, and over here. And then I hope that my hinges still are working. If it is not, it is really a disaster. It doesn't matter. You have to try some things in life. So I'm going to try this. Place this on top of here. And I'm going to let it dry in for a little moment. And then we will see if this was a great idea or if this was really a stupid idea. You never know with me. It's always wondering how it will turn out. So I'm going to let it dry in. So I tell you always my honest opinion, and of course I am not good with hinges, how you call it. We call it scharnieren, but it is a disaster for me. So it doesn't work even when I did screw it, even when I did glue it. So I keep mine very simple. You do yours the way you think. Maybe you have a husband who can help you around already at the spot. Mine was at work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my feet. The feet will be very simple. I'm going to do 4 pieces and 1 of 2. So we're going to do very simple. You're going to glue 1 on the top and 1 on the top over here. Place them together and you do 1 on the side and you're going to place them this way together. So you already have a piece of 4. You do here the same, 1 on the top, 1 on the side, place it down and you do only 1 on the top, place it together and you do only this one on the side. Oh, you see already one big mess. Always when one thing is going wrong, there are going more things wrong. And this one we only do on the top over here this way, and we're going to let this dry in. This is 1 feet and I'm going to make the second one also, but a little faster. So we have our 2 pieces of 4 and 1 of 2. What we're going to do, we're going to glue a little glue in the middle. We place this one on top. We do here the same. Just glue in the middle. And we place this one also in the middle on top. Give it some pressure over here. And we're going to let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So if everything is correctly, you have now 2 pieces of this one. What we're going to do, we do some glue on the top, over here, and of course on this one. And then we're going to place this one in the middle against each other. And this way, make sure that you have them in a straight line over here. And we do here the same. Place them on top of each other. And feel also with your fingers that you have it also over here in a straight line. Give it some pressure. And over here. And if everything is correctly, you have kind of this shape over here. We're going to let this to dry. And we place this one also down and let it dry. We are only going to make one extra because I thought this is also nice to have on the top. So I'm going to do one extra. And I think that will look very nice. So on here, on the top, place it over here. We do some here, over here, and we place this one here and this one on the top and on the side. And you already have your first piece like this. And we do over here some glue on this, over here. We do here only on the top, place it over here, this in the middle, and this one. And we're going to squeeze it together this way, and only now this one for the in between. Oh, over here. And we're going to squeeze it and let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, while my feet and my top is drying, I have here, of course, my frame. I already tried everything to get it nicely connected on here. I'll give it up, but you can do anything you like. I just do it with some sticky gum and it works also fine. What I'm going to do, of course, I'm going to paint everything, but before I'm going to do that, I was thinking you can do, maybe you can do some chicken wire on top of here to make it look a little bit more like a farmhouse style. I leave mine open, but you can change it up anyway. You can make some with some skewers. You can make some frames over here. You can change it up any way you like. You can do maybe on the inside, maybe a rooster, a wooden rooster, or maybe something for the fall season. And when you're going to place it, then you will see the little rooster on the inside. Maybe I will do that when I'm going to decorate it, just to show you that I can change it up for the season. But you see it in a moment. But you see already, I just wanted to show you how versatile you can use this, because this is you can go as crazy as you like. I don't have chicken wire over here because I am always very clumsy with chicken wire. Most of the time I have my whole hands and everything cut. So I'm going to leave it very simple open, and I just do probably some figurines over here before I'm going to decorate the inside. But do whatever you think is right. So now we're going to place the feet and the top. So I turned over my cabinet, and I have here the feet, this feet, and I'm going to do some glue. I place one on this side and I place one on this side, but I let it leave totally on top on the front side. I show it to you in a moment, because I think what I say is a little strange, I think. For you. So I'm going to do the same over here, but then you get on the front side, you get a straight line with the feet. If you place your cabinet this way, then you have over here, I'm going to give it some pressure, and I'm going to give some pressure over here, and we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So now you see what I mean. This is the feet from this side. Of course, I am going to let this dry in. We are going to place now this one on the top in the middle. I'm going to do some glue. And of course, first I'm going to count how many blocks I need. And of course, I think I will have 21 over here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And he has to be inside here. And of course I'm going to get my marker, and I'm just going to make a little piece over here, so I am sure that I have this one on this block. So I'm going to do some glue over here this way, and I'm going to place this one over here, and I'm going to give it some pressure and going to let this dry in. So the last thing I need to do, of course, before I'm going to paint it, I'm going to place the frame on top. But if everything is correctly and you have your hinges, if I am correctly, you can place yours this way. You can open and close it. I have to buy a new one because the ones I use were old and they were already from another decor piece I bought in the thrift store, and they were already crooked. Maybe that was not such a great idea. So, but if everything's correctly and you have new pieces, you can easily place it this way, or maybe you place them on the underside and you can open them this way. But do whatever you think is right. For me, I'm going to glue this one on top of here because I don't have the new ones. And you can also do it with some sticky gum. You can do anything. So I'm going to do very easy. I'm going to do some glue because I don't mind if mine is coming over here. So we're going to go over here, we go over here, and we go back, and this way, and over here, and we go around, and between, and we go over here, and I hope that I have enough glue. I think I will. Most of the time I use too much glue. So again, I'm going to place it over here, and I'm going to make it straight on the top side because I want on above, I want to have a nice line. And this way, feel with your fingers, and I'm going to give it some pressure over here. If you have too much glue, always get a brush and just go around here and wipe away the glue you don't need. It's so easy, just do it this way, and you already work away your glue. At least when you're just like me, a little too much with the glue. So I feel with my fingers that I have it in a straight line over here, and now you can place some weight on top to make sure that everything fits nicely. So you see already I gave some pressure on top of here with my weights. I always use this kind of old weights to give some pressure on my DIYs, and that works perfectly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start painting the underside and do some fills under the feet so it can stand on its own. So, but you will see how much this will change if you give it a color. I do the creamy white color, but change it up any way you like. So I almost finished up painting my cabinet. Of course, you see in a moment a quick impression and how I did decorated the inside, but of course it's only an inspiration. So you see the quick impression right now. And you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling tile blocked cabinet, and of course with 3 open spaces you can decorate any way you like. Of course, like I told you earlier, you can do some chicken wire in front of it or maybe something else, but I left it open to decorate. Everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoy what you saw, and if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. For more DIYs, come on over to my description box, there you find the link for our DIY channels. Everyone here, have an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!